What do you want now?
Felicia, you and I have got to come to some sort of resolution about this.
Stop seeing Jake. That's the resolution.
And if I don't?
Then I have nothing to say to you.
That's the problem, Felicia. You have to say things to me. You are the head designer, and I am your boss. Please don't forget that.
Well, maybe we'd better rectify that.
Felicia, we can work together, and we will work together as long as we keep our personal lives out of this.
And how do you propose to do that? I look at you, Macy, and all I see is deception and betrayal.
Felicia, I have not deceived or betrayed you. We have discussed this. Jake was not committed to you when he and I became involved.
What about Thorne? I suppose there was no deception with my brother either.
Good. You're both here. That's perfect.
Thorne.
Hi. What are you doing over here?
I have some news that I thought was pretty great.
You do?
Yeah, especially for you, Felicia. It involves Jake McClain.
You're going away?
Yes, I'm leaving for Europe in the morning.
How long will you be gone?
A week.
Business?
Unfortunately, yes.
Brooke and the baby are going with you naturally.
No, I'm going alone this time.
Really?
Well, it's a lot of meetings and in and out of hotels. It's just not that kind of a trip.
Oh, I'm sure she must be very disappointed.
No, actually, Brooke took it very well. Anyway, I wanted to stop by and see you before I left.
Why?
You don't know?
Well, I haven't the foggiest idea.
I just want to be sure you're going to be okay while I'm gone.
You have news about Jake?
You remember the offer Dad made him a month or so ago?
The job offer?
Right. Well, Jake stopped by today and took Dad up on it.
Jake is going to be working at Forrester now?
Surprised us all. I didn't even think he was interested.
No, I didn't either.
Well, it seems he wants to give up teaching tennis, felt it wasn't taking him anywhere. I say he's doing the right thing.
Maybe so.
Of course, you can interpret this in other ways. I mean, this is a commitment to the family he's making. Perhaps he's telling us he's ready to make another commitment.
I think you're being a bit premature on that one.
Oh, I don't know about that. What do you say, hon?
Me? I'm just, surprised.
Well, I'm not. You ought to see these two together. Which hasn't been enough lately. You've been working this girl too much.
Well, maybe I'll take a little break right now. Okay with you, boss?
Sure, it's okay with her. In fact, Jake and I left the building together. He's probably on his way home right now. And I didn't tell you girls, but I am going to be training him.
You?
Well, why not? I'm the best.
You ought to know, Macy. He's your husband. I think I'll run along and leave you two lovebirds to your own devices. Thanks for the break, Mace.
Come in.
Here are those test results.
Logan,
What?
what's the problem?
Eric tells me that you two had a talk. That's the problem.
What exactly did Dad tell you?
That you said he and I aren't spending enough time together.
You aren't.
Since when did you start worrying about that?
Are you married or aren't you?
Yes, of course I'm married,
Is
but...
he your husband?
Yes.
Are you his wife?
Ridge.
Well, then you two should really get your act together then.
My, we are feeling a little guilty, aren't we?
Yeah, well, maybe I deserve to feel a little guilt. You too.
What about everything that Stephanie said?
I'm not so sure any of that's relevant now.
Well, it isn't if you don't want it to be.
Logan, you were pregnant. You were carrying his child. Dad had every right to pursue you.
He was married.
Separated, fighting for a divorce.
Yes, a divorce that Stephanie said would never happen. And meanwhile, you were in grief, Ridge. I was your support. I was totally dedicated to you. Eric knew that.
Did you talk about that? Did you tell him how you felt about me?
No, I couldn't even admit it to myself. My God, Ridge, how could I? You just lost your wife.
This is pointless.
No, it isn't. I left town last August because I was torn between you and Eric.
But did Dad know that? Otherwise, how can we expect him to
He
stay away?
knew it.
What?
There is no doubt in my mind that he was aware of why I was leaving.
He knew how deeply you felt for me?
Yes.
He knew how much I needed you, like I'd never needed you before.
Ridge, your father was in very deep turmoil last year. He had a baby on the way, an illegitimate child. He was fighting a very bitter divorce battle. And then there was you.
The son who just lost his wife. Couldn't expect that to take any precedence over anything, could we?
You're worried about me?
It's all right. I'm not treating you like a child.
You're treating me like a woman, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. I'll accept that interpretation.
Well, for the record, I will be fine while you're gone for the week.
No more depression.
No more depressions.
I've asked Ridge to check in on you while I'm gone.
I'm sure he would have done that on his own, but I'm touched. That was very sweet of you to do that.
Well, then I guess I'm free to fly.
You're free.
Take care. I'll talk to you when I get back.
Bring me a present.
Now, what shall I bring you?
You know what I like. Anything that you would bring me.
All right. Goodbye, Stephanie.
If you only knew how much I adored you.
Before I get going, I want to ask you something. What's with you and Felicia?
Me and Felicia?
I sure felt the vibes between you two.
Well, you know how it is, Thorne, when you get two strong personalities together. Sparks fly.
Over what? What's the issue here, Macy?
The issue?
Yes, between you and Felicia.
It was nothing. It was just a personality clash.
You call that nothing?
We worked it out.
I wonder.
We have an understanding, all right?
Hey, whoa, don't get angry at me. Unless I'm the cause of it.
You? What on earth would make you say that?
I don't know. Except that recently, Macy, there has been a strain between the two of us. I am very aware of it, and I'm sure you are too. I want you to know that I am in this for the long haul. And whatever it takes, whatever time and sacrifices are necessary, I'll be there. This marriage means everything to me. And I am not going to bail out on it. Ever.
Hi.
Hi.
Busy?
Yeah. I mean, no.
What's all this?
I gotta tell you something, Felicia.
You do?
Yeah. I was over at Forrester talking to my sister, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm telling her that I'm thinking about changing careers. That the tennis isn't where it's at for me anymore. And she reminds me that your father had offered me this position at one time. But naturally, I told her that was out of the question.
Natural.
I mean, you know, that's what's been going on between all of us. But of course, I don't tell her about all that. And pretty soon, your dad walks in, and before I know it, Margot is telling him that I'm still interested in that position if it's still open. And he says it is.
And you turned it down.
Well, Felicia, what happened is What's with that look?
I just talked to Thorne.
Then you know about all this.
I hope you weren't planning on keeping it a secret.
Well, no. Why'd you make me go through all this explanation?
I didn't make you, Jake.
You're not upset?
If my father wants to hire you, who am I to say he shouldn't?
How do you feel about all this?
If I tell you to quit, will you?
I'm glad you stopped by.
You know why I'm here, Stephanie. Have you talked to Taylor yet?
I will see Dr. Hayes.
Until you do. Until you tell her that I had nothing to do with the making of that surveillance tape in the lab with Ridge and Brooke. She won't talk to me. She won't even answer my calls.
I promise you I'll take care of that. Please be patient. I've been putting out fires all over the place.
Ridge's guilty conscience.
Don't talk about my son that way. It is guilt. And because of it, he's backing away from Brooke. And she's heading right back towards Eric.
Look, Stephanie, we all have our problems. Personally, I think yours is an obsession with your ex-husband.
And yours isn't an obsession with your ex-wife?
Taylor will be mine once Ridge is out of the picture.
And he will marry Brooke if she is available, and yes, he will be out of your picture.
I'm just concerned that that's not about to happen anytime soon.
Oh, we're close. We're so close. I mean, my God, they made love together. You don't get closer than that, and we've got it on videotape.
Why don't you just show Eric the tape and put an end to all this?
Oh, if it's at all possible, I want to avoid that. I want to spare Eric that. And it is possible. We've got one more chance when we can bring Ridge and Brooke together again. It may be the last chance, but it starts tomorrow.
Look, Felicia, this job is everything to me. I need it. It's a chance for me to dive into something substantial. I'm ready for that. I know it's self-serving. I have to be self-serving. I'm years behind everybody else because of this abuse thing.
In other words, your taking the job at Forrester had nothing to do with me.
Felicia, it had to do with me. I can't be building my life around someone else. I'm not ready to do that. Don't you see? I've got to learn to build it around myself first.
Where does Macy fit into this?
Well, I can't build my life around Macy either.
Then we're both in the same boat.
Please don't make this into a competition. It's not.
Life is a competition, Jake. That's the first thing you'll learn working with my father. If you don't compete, you don't even play.
I don't want to lead anyone on.
You're not. You're being very honest. Now I'll be honest. We're good together, Jake. Now I don't know how you and Macy are, but I know that you and I are hot. Now I am not gonna back off, Jake. I am gonna do just the opposite.
You can't blame Eric for this, Ridge. More than that, you can't fault yourself for the way you feel about me.
Logan, it's just that I have so much conflict in me right now. I feel like I could explode. I don't want to feel bitter. I think of all I've been through. Caroline's death. Fighting for the last year to stay away from you. At the same time needing you.
You don't have to fight it anymore, Ridge. You don't.
You know, there was a time when Dad and I used to talk about you. It was before Caroline was in the picture, when you and I were engaged. Dad knew how much you meant to me. He said it to himself any number of times. He used to tell me how perfectly suited you and I were. How you brought something to my life. A certain spark. Vitality. And how no other woman had ever done that. Yet I can completely understand how he would go after you. I was married. You were pregnant. But most of all, because you are who you are. Our last chance? What are you talking about?
Eric leaves for Europe tomorrow for a week.
Is he taking Brooke with him?
No.
You sound like a lady with a plan. What do you have in mind?
Freedom. I want to free Ridge of his conscience and Brooke of hers, if she has one. I want them to feel so free to be together as they have never been before.
How do you plan to accomplish that?
I don't know. There has to be a way, and I'm going to find it because there's just too much at stake. This is a moment of truth, and when Eric comes back, Ridge and Brooke have got to be so close and so committed to each other that there is absolutely no backing away.
Do you honestly believe that's a possibility? Are those two that committed to each other?
I despise Brooke, Logan. She has wrecked my home, my marriage, and my life. But realizing that, I also understand that she is and has been the love of Ridge's life. Eric should have understood that. That marriage has been doomed right from the very beginning. But this week, when Eric comes back from Europe, he's coming back to a different life. A life without Brooke. I just hope and pray that I am a significant part of it.